"You're the reason this family had problems," Dad announced at dinner. Everyone nodded. I nodded too, then made sure they had actual problems by stopping the rent payments. Yesterday they called begging. For context, my parents divorced when I was 13. Dad remarried a year later to Linda, who came with 2 daughters, Kelly, 19, and Brooke, 17. From day one, I was the outsider. I was the reminder of his failed marriage. As Linda once said when she thought I couldn't hear, Dad never defended me, not once. He would stay quiet and let them insult me with nasty words. But I stayed because I didn't have anywhere else to go. I got a part-time job at 16, and by 18, when I started college, I offered to help with rent. Dad made it sound like it was nothing, but in reality they depended on it. Every month, I paid most of the rent. Whatever. Last week, we were all eating dinner quietly, then out of nowhere, he put his phone down and said, "You're the reason this family has problems." Just like that. I genuinely thought he was joking. But then Linda nodded. Kelly nodded. Brooke nodded. It was like a cult ritual. Dad continued, "You're negative, ungrateful, always to yourself. You don't even try to be part of the family. We'd have more peace without you." Brooke chimed in, "Yeah, you ruin the vibe." Linda added, "If you can't contribute, at least don't make things worse." Yeah, like me paying most of the rent is just nothing I contribute. Meanwhile, the daughters contributed absolutely nothing. They didn't work, they didn't clean, they didn't even do their own laundry. It was basically a hotel they didn't pay for. So I nodded. Not because I agreed, because something in me just snapped. The next morning, I checked my lease agreement. My name wasn't on it. I was just helping them with payments out of kindness. So I logged into my banking app and canceled the automatic rent transfer. Then I went to school. 2 days later, I signed a lease with a friend who needed a roommate. Perfect timing. I moved out that same night. I didn't tell anyone. Why would I? At 11 p.m., I texted Dad, "Moving out. Thanks for everything." 5 minutes later, "What do you mean moving out?" Then, "Where are you? Come home now." Then, "How will we pay rent?" There it was, the real reason he suddenly cared. I didn't reply. Rent was due on the 1st. By the 2nd, they hadn't paid. By the 3rd, they got a late fee. By the 5th, they called me. Not with anger, with desperation. Dad said, "Son, we need to talk. Please answer." I ignored. Then Linda and her 2 daughters called, then messaged one by one begging for help. I didn't even respond. Dad called again the next morning. I answered because I was curious. He jumped straight into it. Please, we need your help. Rent went up this year and I'm the reason the family has problems," I said calmly. So I removed myself. Should be peaceful now, right? Silence. Then he switched to guilt mode. "I didn't mean it like that. That's not what I was trying to say. You took it the wrong way, right?" Because 4 people nodding in unison was my misunderstanding. I said, "Dad, I'm not responsible for your household. I'm living on my own now. Good luck." He begged. He actually begged. I'd never heard his voice shake before, but I didn't budge. I hung up.